My big worry is that increasingly now government, President Aswaju in particular, seems to be talking more like a philosopher king, as somebody who has all the absolute knowledge of what the solution is. And when that happens, it narrows the capacity of the president to listen to what people are saying. And it's quite worrisome.
A political storm is coming in Nigeria as Nigerians continue to experience unprecedented hardship they've never seen in their lives. This storm is not just coming from the opposition parties. Inside the APC, there are some who have become disillusioned because of the trajectory the APC have taken, especially under Tinubu. One such person is the former APC National Vice President Northwest, Salihu Lukman. He urged all opposition parties and all patriotic citizens in Nigeria to galvanize to make sure that they dislodge APC and Tinubu in 2027. According to Lukman, Nigerians must work together the same way they worked in the 90s to oppose the military, which forced the military to hand over to civilians. The same way APC worked together to dislodge PDP in 2015, that Nigerians can do the same thing and dislodge APC in 2027. Continuing in what looked like Lukman wants to exclude the likes of Atiku from leadership positions in 2027, he said, quote, "The negotiations to produce an alternative political platform which can move Nigerian democracy forward must prioritize the development of a functional political party structure based on ability to answer some of these practical questions should be the consideration. Part of what must be guarded against to avoid the pitfalls that destroyed the APC is to shun the old opportunistic political warriors who have been serial contestants and aspirants in every election since 1999, unquote. You see, being part of APC might make people not to take the likes of Lukman seriously, but it still doesn't negate the fact that he's saying the truth. Even Atiku was part of the people that formed APC, and now he's in PDP opposing the same party he helped bring to power in 2015. So the most important thing for people to look at is that anyone that is opposing the current government should be seen as a friend, not as a foe. If you look at how the APC came to power in 2015, you will agree that the current opposition parties are not doing enough. By now, they must have started galvanizing people, even openly campaigning in the streets of Nigeria, calling out all the sins of APC, especially under the current administration. This is how you do it. This is how you keep the message in people's mind, in their faces every time, because Nigerians are always quick to forget. When it's time for election, they will start talking something else, and many people will go back and say, it's in only 4 years, let's continue. They will just quickly forget the suffering and the hardship that these people brought on Nigerians. So the opposition parties must unite. It's a pity that PDP keeps campaigning on their own, saying that Nigerians want PDP, saying that everyone should come back to PDP. Like they said the other day, one called P2B to come back to PDP, even their chairman. They want all the opposition to unite inside the PDP, which is not possible, because even PDP is still not trusted by Nigerians. Yes, it was their failings in office that made APC to get to power. Whether Buhari was packaged or not, their failings caused all that, because if they were actually delivering good governance that Nigerians could see at the time, no one could have convinced them otherwise. But there was massive corruption at the time. Nigeria actually had an oil boom, but by December of 2014, the federal government under the PDP, led by Goodluck Jonathan, had already started borrowing money to pay salaries. So PDP failings gave room for the entrance of APC, and today Nigerians are begging to be taken back to the PDP era. Although the two are still failed parties. Yes, that's the reality. So it is time to try something new. There is nothing wrong in trying something new, especially when you are sure that it will be different. Because looking back, you won't say that it is better to try something that we've been trying. We've been doing it the same way. How do you expect to have a different result? Just like during the campaigns, someone said that he will start from where Buhari stopped. People didn't pay attention, despite the fact that Buhari was referring to failed woefully, and he said that he will start from where he stopped. When he got to office, he truly started doing what he said. And when people started complaining, he started blaming Buhari for causing all the problems. He said he handed over a battered economy to him, that he's trying his best and trying very hard to make the Nigerian economy stay afloat. So these are the problems. We have incompetent people in power. Just like Lukman said that these people in APC just made an arrangement to grab power, that they didn't have any plan to make any change in the economy. Otherwise, why is the economy worse than they met it? In fact, they have plunged this economy into a deep abyss. Look at all the companies leaving Nigeria today. In our history, we have never witnessed this kind of mass exodus of foreign companies from Nigeria. It has never happened. It shows that something is deeply wrong with all their policies. And to make you understand that they don't really care, even if the country or the economy is burned to ashes, they don't want to know what is happening. All they are concentrated on is holding power. Because if they were concerned about the economy, when the first company left, they would have made sure that the reason they left Nigeria will be corrected. Whatever made them to leave, they will make sure that they solve that problem, so that others will not leave. Because why they are leaving one by one, or this one will announce today, another one will announce tomorrow, is because they are looking at the government to see whether they will change this, whether they will do this. In most other economies in developed countries, what they do is they always want to know what businessmen or manufacturers, what they want, what they need. They ask them questions. Hey, what are you doing? What do you need? What problems do you encounter? This is how a government of the people operates, because they want to make sure that everyone gets whatever he wants. All obstacles are removed so that business can continue to thrive. But they don't do all this, so companies continue to live en masse. Most of these companies, they generate their own power. Despite all the obstacles in business in Nigeria, they still continue to operate. But to compound their problems, the government had to devalue the naira, which effectively reduced the purchasing power of Nigerians. Imagine ordinary beer. 20 years ago, how much was a bottle of beer? It wasn't up to 30 or 40 naira per bottle. Today, it is approaching 1,000. Some are already above 1,000 naira. People are no longer drinking like they used to drink. Beer is something that you drink when you're angry and when you're happy. If you're celebrating, you drink beer. If you are stressed out, you lost your job or you lost a contract, you missed an appointment, something bad happened to you, you will still calm down with a bottle of beer. Today, Nigerians can no longer afford beer. So it is hoped that all opposition politicians and all patriotic Nigerians must unite to educate Nigerians so that in 2027 they will troop out en masse and protect their votes and vote APC out of power. Whenever elections are talked about, people always say, if you don't solve the INEC problems, that they won't come out to vote, that election or votes will never count. No. This time around, many people are taking it seriously. Many people are serious about it because their life depends on it. It is an existential threat on the lives of Nigerians because we are facing serious food shortages. There is serious hardship in the land. Millions are unemployed, and all these companies leaving Nigeria, they are throwing thousands more people into the unemployment market. So people must be prepared to defend their votes in 2027. This is because, going by the precedent set by the judiciary during the last election cycle, whatever is announced, whatever result that is announced at the polling unit, it is nearly impossible to reverse that number, that result in court. So no one will be wasting time going to any court. Everyone must make sure, at least at their polling units, that whoever wins the election must be the one that is announced and declared and written in the result sheets. And from there, people will move to the next collation center, which is the local government collation center. If there are thousands of people in the local government surrounding the collation center, who will carry the result or who will announce something different? From there, they can still move to the state collation center. If there are millions of voters surrounding that area, who will do something different? How many military men or policemen will they deploy in order to hijack the election? So these are the steps Nigerians can take to protect their vote. It is their right. We are in a democracy. If they say that votes won't count, the people will say no, my vote must count. They will fight as if their life depends on it. Yes, their life must depend on it, because the time has passed when people say, I'm not involved in politics, I won't vote. Don't vote. Look at what people who have voted are doing to you. Look at what they've done to the economy. You can't even buy food. You can't buy ordinary tomato, Gary. You can't buy eba, nothing. So people must take politics seriously going forward, whether they like it or not. Thanks for watching.